Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. So, you probably maybe already seen what I'm about to show you yesterday, because if you're new and you don't know who Judge Kim is, you're going to be blown away. But I'm sure everybody, all the content creators are going to be playing Judge Kim. He's so good. There's no words to describe how he is with he runs a juvenile court, and he is amazing. He's so amazing. So I had a stream all ready for today. I even created it. You can see I have an upcoming stream. I bumped it to tomorrow. And then I saw that Judge Kim streamed. He streamed yesterday because of the ice in Texas, which is crazy to me, and we get to see him now. He's not back. All right, I don't think he's back. I wish he was back. I think this is just a one-off, but we are so lucky that we get to see this. We are so lucky. Here we go. Get ready. Buckle up.
Having a 10-day detention hearing, since you were held in custody, the law says you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent, and you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. So let's see. Okay, so now you've been here for, I guess, 65 days. You're on probation for burglary of a habitation. Placed on probation last August. November, we issued a directive to apprehend because you absconded. Your mom contacted us, said that you had run away on Thursday during a scheduled psychiatric appointment. And then there's talk about potential inpatient care, and then you left the facility. All right, so the mother's not here. Is that correct, Mr. Menicon?
That's correct, Your Honor. This is Mr. Haynes, sorry.
Sure. Okay, Mr. Haynes, thank you. All right, you have 1, 2, 3 previous family violence arrests, assault of a peace officer arrest. So, Mr. Haynes, how long did he abscond for?
It was about a week, and he had supposedly walked to Oklahoma.
Okay. Do we know where he was at?
We do not know where he was at in Oklahoma. Mom picked him up, I believe, from a police station.
Okay. All right, Derek. So I think you heard me say this before. My concern is the absconding, right? A 16-year-old can just live out on the streets with their own resources. Also, when you're on probation, the big thing for me is, I need an A in attitude and an A in attendance. And if you're not around, there's no way we can supervise you and not give you the adequate supervision. Do we know, let's see, about the burglary of a habitation? There was a house on the market. House was broken in several times. And then, Derek, you had some restitution that you still haven't paid while you're on probation. Some of it, yeah, but you're also behind on that. So, all right. Yeah, Derek, I think you have too much impulse control issues. If I was to release you to community, I do believe you'd be a danger to the community as well as to yourself. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Jesse.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jesse. So, Mr. Novak, I'm going to ask you to stop moving the camera around. It's distracting to everyone else. All right, Jesse. So you're 14 years old. You've been here for a little over 2 weeks. January 8th, Arlington police responded to a domestic. You were not taking your psychiatric medication. CPS told your mom to call the police so they could take a report. While on the phone, you picked up 2 butcher-style knives, pointed them at mom, said, "I'll take you out." Mom actually believed you. I guess she eventually got the knife and turned over to the police. Since you've been here, you've had violations for talking without permission, talking about permission and arguing with the staff, talking without permission, talking in line without permission, using profanity, almost started a fight in detention, continuous talking during cleanup, getting into more arguments, disrupting class, not following instructions, cussing at staff, not following instructions. All right. So Jesse, you're level 2. This is just the way it's going to be. If you can't control yourself and follow the rules back here, I know you're not going to follow the rules at home, your mom's rules. I need to make sure that you're able to follow the house rules. So, honestly, get your behavior level up, and I'm willing to release you if you take your medication. Who's the PO on this one?
It's me, Your Honor.
Okay. Is he medication compliant in detention?
From what the signed PO reported, no. I'm not sure. I will have to check with detention if he's been taking his medication.
Okay. Yeah, Jesse, if you're not taking your medication, you're not going to get to level 1.0. If you were level 1.0, I'd know you were taking your medication. Since you're not, I don't know if that's the only reason why you're losing points or if there's other reasons. I know there's other reasons. So look, the medication's there. You've got to take it. When you get released to the community, because I have no doubt I'll eventually release you, then you need to take your medication there. More importantly, you can't smoke weed. You have THC history. Look, if you're prescribed psychiatric medication and you're self-medicating with street drugs, it interferes with the medication or the prescription that your doctor gave you. You're just one of those people in life that you just can't smoke weed. All right, it is what it is, because your doctor will never be able to target the prescription as needed. So that's just something to remember. Okay, so Jesse, I'm going to detain you. We'll see you in 10 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Uzuehe. Next, we have Juliet. All good?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, hello, Juliet. So you're 15 years old.
Yes, sir.
Maxine, you can't point the camera at the ground. This is going to be my last warning to you, right? It's really that simple. This is still court. We're online.
Before the hearing even started, I didn't record all this, he went through a long list of, you may not have a ceiling fan running in the background, you may not be laying down, you're in court, you may not be moving around, you cannot have a bright light behind you. He went through a whole Zoom list of things that we can't stand. And that's why you don't see any ceiling fans or beds.
This is not a FaceTime chat. Okay, so you're 15, January 9th, Fort Worth PD dispatched to domestic, talk to your father. Are the parents here for Juliet?
Yeah, yes, sir, I'm here.
All right, hello, Mr. Carr. All right, went to domestic. Let's see. Dad said he picked you and your stepbrother up from grandmother's house on the ride home. Disagreement about you and your stepbrother being disrespectful. Have been smoking marijuana. He was trying to take your cell phone away as punishment. Then both of you hit him multiple times in the head, face, and back, causing pain. Police saw injuries consistent with the report. Now, let's see. Since the last detention hearing, the last 10 days, you are level 3 right now. You had been confined for being verbally abusive towards staff, refusing to dress down, arguing with staff about your seclusion. So you've had 11 minors. Talking back to staff, staying over the phone limit, using profanity, not staying in your seat, looking at the mails unit, leaving contraband in your room. Right, Juliet? So either you follow the rules or you don't. It's really that simple. If you follow the rules here, then I'll give you a chance to follow your rules at your father's house, and then you can stay at home. If you can't follow the rules here, I'm not even going to give you the opportunity to live in your father's house. Show me that you can follow the rules, that you can be respectful. that's the case, then everything's good. If it's not, then you're going to end up staying here. All right. So it's really just that simple. You're the one in control of whether you stay or go. All right, Juliet. So I am detaining you. Maybe by the next 10-day hearing, you'll have your level up and we could review this. If you don't change your behavior, you can't expect a change in the result. Okay. All right. Thank you, Juliet.
Sir, is there anything I can say by chance?
Yeah. Did you have a question for me or did you just want to tell me something?
Yeah, no, I'm just, this is my daughter's first time. I was just trying to tell you
Did you have a question or did you just want to tell me something?
I just wanted to tell you something.
Yeah, that's not really appropriate for this one. Tell the attorney or the probation officer and they can bring it to my attention at the appropriate time. All right.
Yes.
But detention hearing, this is not whether your daughter deserves probation, whether she did it or not. This is simply about whether it's more appropriate to detain her or not. Sir, she's a level 3. That means she's constantly losing points. That means if I release her to you, she is going to disrespect your rules as much as she's disrespecting mine. There's nothing that you can say that'll convince me that she will just magically start following your rules if I was to release her. All right. So just something to put in perspective for you. All right.
Yes, sir. No, I understand.
All right. Thank you. I know this can be difficult for you. This is your daughter, but at the end of the day, I have to be concerned about her behavior. And I think we're both on the same page when I say we both want her to live a healthy and productive life in your home. But that at this point has more to do with her than you or me. All right. Okay. Well, I guess you agree.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good next, Saban.
Bonjour. Hi, Charlotte. Hi. We missed you.
Mom is present as well. I just don't see her on the screen here.
Okay. Is Saban's mom here?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yes.
We're
Okay.
here.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. Okay, so Saban, you are 16, almost 17, and then you're on probation for felony theft of a firearm?
Yes.
Who was the victim on that stolen gun?
That was Mom.
Okay, it was mom's gun.
Yes.
Okay, so you're on felony probation. Then on December 9th, RNCPD referred you, saying on November 28th at about 8:30, you're dispatched to Arlington Memorial Hospital about somebody who was shot in both hands. They had been dropped off by his friend. Victim said that he and his friend were meeting with a suspect to sell a counterfeit brand name sweatshirt. Said his friend and the suspect argued and then a gunshot. Victim said his ears started ringing, hands started to hurt. He said the suspect had a black hoodie and black pants. Thought suspect may have had a mustache or facial hair on his chin. And then gave his friend's name. So December 3rd, police went to Fossil Ridge High School, met with the victim's friend to talk about the shooting. He said that he arranged for sale of a counterfeit hoodie, was selling it through Instagram. When they got there, Savan told them to hand over what they had while getting a firearm from his jacket. The victim said he tried to drive away, but heard a gunshot, realized his friend had been shot. So after further questioning, this victim's friend revealed the real reason was trying to sell him a THC pen for $60. On December 5th, there was a photo lineup. Savan was picked from the lineup and confirmed he lived at the apartment complex where the shooting happened. Okay, the rest of the brought over here. All right. Do we know what happened to the gun?
We do not, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Saban, just let you know on this one. Look, you're on felony probation. The first rule is not to have possession of a firearm. Here you are, looks like with possession of a firearm now. It's escalated to the next level, which is shooting somebody. The only level worse than this is somebody getting shot and dying. So I do believe you're a danger to yourself. Somebody here from the state? No, Stephanie, there we are.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, do you have any notes? Do y'all intend to seek grand jury approval on this?
Let me check, Your Honor.
Mostly, I just want to admonish the child of the range of punishment if you are.
That I do not know. If you'll give me a moment, I will pull it up.
Okay.
I apologize. It's running a bit slow.
That's fine. I'm not a practicing future online, but we're going to give kids some lodgements.
It appears the respondent's already been approved for determinate sentence.
All right, Savant, so let me explain this to you. So the theft of firearm is what's called an indeterminate felony. That means I could send you to TJJD on that one. They could keep you for as long as they felt was appropriate and then release you when they thought was appropriate. But in no way could you stay incarcerated or detained past your 19th birthday. Or if you were getting probation, for your probation to extend past your 19th birthday. However, this new offense, this aggravated robbery, is eligible for what's called a determinate sentence. That means the district attorney can go to the grand jury, ask them to approve the case, at which point you are looking at up to 40 years of confinement for this offense. And that is where, if you turn 19 while you're in the juvenile justice system, I could transfer you to the adult system, TDC, to finish your sentence. Or if you were to get probation, I could also transfer your probation to an adult court. Now, one thing you have to worry about is because you are almost 17 years old, the district attorney can ask me to give up my jurisdiction and then certify you as an adult, at which point your whole case would go in front of the adult system. If that was to happen and you went to trial and you were found guilty, you're potentially looking at life in prison for this offense. That's life in prison with parole. So we're actually very serious right now on this level of offense. I need you to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to help your situation, to make your attorney's job easier, not more difficult. All right. I just want to reiterate to you, things have gotten really serious really quickly. Of course, if you didn't do this, I'm hopeful that you didn't do this and they arrested the wrong person. But if they do have the right person, it's really important that you maintain your behavior level and give your attorney as much as possible to work with.
Two things about Judge Kim. He doesn't let something go. If you say something stupid or not right in his courtroom, he's going to make sure you understand what the truth of the matter really is. If you think you have an idea about how things should be and you don't look at the facts in front of everybody, he's going to make sure you look at them. That's one thing. And one more thing with Judge Kim is parents are not safe at all.
Certainly don't do anything that helps the district attorney prosecute you. Okay? All right. Thank you, Savan.
Can we say something?
Your Honor.
What did you want to say?
I mean, we not arguing his case. Ain't this like a detention hearing to see if he can come home and go to court from home? I mean,
yes.
He's been doing everything he's supposed to do in there. It seemed like y'all just keep telling him the same thing over and over just to detain him. You done already told him what you just said the first time he went to court. It's like y'all ain't giving him no reason to keep doing good. And every time he come to court and he's doing good, he just keep detaining him.
Would you prefer? Yeah. Would you prefer that I just never tell your kid what the potential consequences are or
No,
how
I'm not
serious?
saying that. I'm
No,
not
sir,
saying
sir.
that.
I give you the courtesy of letting you talk without interrupting you. I don't know why you're not going to give me the same courtesy. So would you rather me not even tell your son, or I don't even think you're the dad or stepson or whatever, if what the potential consequences are? I think it's really important for him to know that he is potentially looking at life in prison with parole for this offense and how serious this offense is.
Oh,
So you're
okay.
telling me I'm just repeating myself. Should I not make sure he knows this?
No, I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I was just asking, you know, if my son, he's been doing what he's supposed to do. I mean, why couldn't he come home and go to court from home?
On house arrest.
So the reason why, sir, is because when you say your son's doing what he's supposed to do, you understand that he actually stole a firearm, right? And he was placed on felony probation. I would not say he was doing what he was supposed to be doing. And while he's on felony probation, he is now named as a witness in a robbery shooting where somebody was shot. Okay, I don't think that's where he was doing what he was supposed to do. And while he was robbing somebody, he was trying to rob somebody of THC, a felony drug possession, which again, I don't think he was doing what he was supposed to be doing. And then when he came in, he's of course positive for THC. So while he's on probation, he's smoking weed, has a gun, robbing people. Do you still think he's doing what he's supposed to be doing?
I'm just saying, ain't people innocent until proven guilty? Who's to say he did it?
He's guilty of felony theft of a firearm. He admitted his guilt, and he's smoking weed while he's on probation.
He was it's okay, Your Honor. I'm not trying to get you upset or anything. I'm just trying to talk for my son. That's it.
Yeah, I'm not upset. But you understand when you say he's doing what he's supposed to be doing while he's on felony probation, while he has a gun, while he's robbing people, allegedly, and while he's smoking weed, definitively, you're telling me he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Now, the concern for me is if he wants probation, I have to approve this, at which point the things that you're saying does not give me much confidence that the home is a good environment for him. Like he was smoking weed while he's on probation while living in your house.
He was already dirty, Your Honor, before they put him on probation. But it's okay. I don't want to go back and forth with you. You know, I was just trying to speak for my son, trying to get him home. That's all.
So he was placed on probation when?
I don't know the exact date.
Your Honor, he was placed on probation on November 6, 2025.
Right. So he was smoking weed. He had 3 months to pee clean, and he didn't. So, sir, I mean, what did you and your wife do to keep him from smoking weed while he's on felony probation?
He wasn't on probation no 3 months.
He only been dropped one time, and then he only been dropped twice total since he been on.
Dropped? What does drop mean?
Like urine testing. I'm sorry.
So he was placed on probation. Well,
you know, when you use a lot of marijuana, it takes a while to get out your system. Everybody.
Are you a physician, sir?
I mean, no, but I know. I mean,
how long does it take for marijuana to get out of your system?
I know it takes longer than what they say it do.
Really?
I know that.
How do you know that? What peer-reviewed study have you read?
I'm 46 years old. I've been living a long time, Your Honor. Like I said, I'm not trying to argue or nothing, man. If you're gonna detain them, you're gonna detain them. It's like y'all just keep telling them.
Hold on, sir. I'm not man. I'm not dude. Right? I'm judge.
Okay, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I'm not trying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to. I was just trying to speak for my son. That's all. We can count. We can. It can be over with now. I'm sorry. I ain't here. Yeah, I'm just trying to speak for my son. That's it.
Sir.
Man, I ain't real, man.
Clearly, you're enabling your son. You're justifying his marijuana.
I'm not enabling my son. Do you hear what he's saying?
You're telling me that for 3 months, marijuana doesn't get out of his system, that his marijuana use was before he went on probation. One, physiologically, that's not possible. All right. Second,
yes.
Why was he smoking marijuana even before he went on probation? Like, you're saying that's okay.
I'm not saying that's okay, but it's a different day. You know, it's not like when we was growing up. These kids these days, it's you know it's a different day. It's different. Everything is different now with these kids. There's only so much we can do.
I guarantee that I can give my son a drug test and he will not test positive for marijuana.
Don't. All right. Okay, Your Honor.
So
I don't want to hold the
is,
court up.
when you
I'm
say there's
sorry. I'm
nothing
sorry
we
for
can
even
do,
saying anything.
when you say there's nothing we can do to keep these kids from smoking marijuana, you know, the majority of kids do not smoke marijuana, right? The majority of kids in this detention hearing do, but the majority of kids out there don't. You seem to be justifying and enabling your son saying, hey, I can't stop it from happening, so I'm just going to let it happen. That is actually what enabling is.
Okay, Your Honor. Okay, you got it.
So,
Thank you.
all right. So, Savan, we'll see you in 10 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Shit, man. Oh, fuck you, man. I bet I can get my key.
It wasn't too painful, was it? Okay. Antonio.
Yes, sir.
All right, Antonio. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. You've been here for 10 days, so I'm reviewing your case, deciding whether to release you or to keep you in custody. If I release you, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. Okay. So,
I'm here, Judge.
All right. Hey, Mr. Hall.
Hello, Judge.
Okay, so you are, you had no prior cases. And then January 11th, 3:30 in the afternoon, Fort Worth PD dispatched a robbery. Caller said he was just robbed by 3 black males with a gun, and they fled. Real-time crime center saw 2 black males running from the location go to the Buttercup Apartments. The 2 suspects went to a breezeway, came out wearing different clothes, went towards the apartment entrance. Police arrived. The 2 suspects immediately started running. Police chased them, told them to stop. After a short chase, 2 were detained. One was Antonio, the other was a 23-year-old male. Victim said he had posted his Yamaha dirt bike on Facebook Marketplace. Contacted by Derek. The victim agreed to meet at a park. Victim went to the park, approached by 3 black males. Victim started the bike, and one of the males produced a black handgun, pointed at the victim. One male got on the bike, drove off, the other 2 ran away. Police talked to the adult male, read him as Miranda. Adult confirmed that he and Antonio were involved in the robbery, and Antonio, you were the one who had the gun and pointed at the victim. Okay. That you were at Khan Academy. Is the mother here? No. All right. Okay. Wesley, was the gun ever found? Is Wesley here?
Judge Kim, looks like Mr. Lahara is covering that case. Looks like he's having some issues with his microphone.
Okay. Mr. Lahara, thumb up or thumb down? Was the gun ever recovered? Yes. Thumbs up for recovered. Thumbs down. All right. Okay, Antonio. So as you remember, generally when a child's brought in here on a gun-related offense, my inclination is to detain them. I'm concerned about kids having guns. I don't mind kids having guns under supervision, but it looks like your only supervisor at the time was a 23-year-old male that was a participant in the robbery. So I do believe you are a danger to the community. The fact that the gun has not been found also gives me great concern that you would have access to a firearm if I was to release you. So your stay here will last quite a while. All right. Okay. Thank you, Antonio. We'll see you in 10 days.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Jarius.
And I'm here, Judge.
Okay. All right. Hello, Ms. Keene. All right. So you're level 1 outstanding. All right, Jarius, this is a detention hearing. Been here for 10 days, reviewing your case, deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent, right to an attorney. All right, so Jarius, you're on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Do we know, is this?
It's mine, Your Honor, and it was a knife.
It was a knife? Who is the victim on this one?
It was his family, Your Honor.
Okay, so a family violence case. He's on probation. Started January 6th of 26. Then January 10th of 26. Wait, 4 days after he was placed on probation?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Referred by Fort Worth PD. Fort Worth responded to domestic. Said prior to the arrival, you had left the home with a knife, talked to victim and witness that your mom tried to take electronics away from the children. You got agitated, hit your stepfather by throwing punches and hitting him. You had cuts to his lip. While police were there, you returned home without the knife, placed under arrest for continuous family violence. And then you just got to level 1 4 days ago. Do we know what his behavior problems were?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you go over this with me?
So he's just had one minor, Your Honor, for using profanity. However, I'm assuming that must have dropped him to an A.
All right. So it's the aggravated assault against a family member with a knife, and then 4 days. Was he in detention leading up to that?
No, sir, he wasn't. I apologize, Your Honor. It does show that he was confined on the 20th. However, unfortunately, detention did not provide that information in here as to why he was confined.
And to answer your question, Judge, no, he was not. He had been released to his family, I want to say in December. I can't remember exactly when he was released, but he was released.
So he was doing fine pre-adjudication on what he's on probation for, got probation, then 4 days later, basically the same offense? Or I guess he didn't have the knife on the second one. This is just a continuous. Is he on medication?
So, Your Honor, I am covering this case. However, it does show in the documentation that he did have medication. I'm not sure if he is currently taking it.
I know that they've had to kind of tinker with his medication, but he is supposed to be on medication.
And his parents stated that she would be present today.
I am here. I'm sorry. I'm here. Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Mom. So I'm glad you're here. So does he have any mental health diagnoses?
Not yet. So we have been working with, JPS has not been giving him an accurate diagnosis. So the medicine that they were on, his therapist, obviously she can't give a full diagnosis, but is believed that he is not on the right medication. But we have still been giving it to him. He's been very compliant with it, but we have been working. We also tried to do an evaluation while he was there to see if he can get a proper diagnosis.
When's the last time you saw a psychiatrist?
He saw them in November. So before he got detained in November, before this last time. And the psychiatrist there felt that there was not, they told me verbatim that there was nothing wrong with him, and they told me to come pick him up.
I believe that part. I believe the psychiatrist said that, but I think that it was one. I think that she's taking it out of context and applying it to his whole life. But it's okay. Judge Kim has this one under control. Don't worry. Bobby, you scare me when you do that. Bobby just told Judge Kim what to do. And I'm scared Judge Kim is just going to reach into my chat and put Bobby in jail because Judge Kim don't play. He doesn't joke. He doesn't play. And I'm scared for Bobby. Somebody hide Bobby.
when I had concerns about his mental health. He was transported to the hospital from school.
So is
For
that
his,
like,
I'm
so
sorry.
I apologize for interrupting. So when he saw, the last time he saw the psychiatrist, that was at a hospital, or was it just like his normal treating psychiatrist?
No, it was at the hospital.
Does he have a regular treating psychiatrist?
Yes, she is in Arlington. So the other thing with that is they have been rescheduling his appointment. So they prescribed him, the last thing they prescribed him was something that was supposed to help with his mood. But other than that, they have not even renewed the prescription or anything. So he's supposed to be on 2 medications, but they have not renewed the Abilify, which is supposed to help with his mood.
So this is my thought. Look, I'm not comfortable releasing him to you, not when 4 days after he's on felony probation, he ends up with the same type of offense, also involving a knife. Now, this time he didn't brandish the knife or stab anybody, but certainly that came into play. Ma'am, can you set up another psychiatric appointment? Does a doctor do telemedicine?
That I'm not sure, but I actually, working with his probation officer and his therapist, I actually found a different psychiatrist that we're hoping will get him a better treatment.
So let's set up the appointment. We'll make your son available, either take him physically if we have to, or make him available through telemedicine. So we can try and do that. I want to watch his behavior. I'm not really comfortable releasing him yet. He seems to behave, well, I don't know. We don't have documents, but if he was confined at one point, he's still having outbursts and problems here. But I'd like to get that under control.
Yes, sir.
What is he diagnosed with?
So they gave him his diagnosis from when he was 8. So they said that they were just going to stick with that. So it's DMDD, which is disruptive mood dysregulation disorder. And then they said that he had severe depression. So one of the medications, the one that he has there, is for depression, but it's like, that's a treatment to the symptom. That's not what's going to help him.
So no ADHD code diagnosis?
No, we are on the lines of bipolar, but again, they are saying he's too young for that. So I'm hoping that this new person can give him a proper diagnosis. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Let's tell you what. Amelia, let's go ahead and I want to order a psychological evaluation also for this child. I think there's a lot of things going on. Did I already do that?
You did, Your Honor. So
Okay.
the court officer, Ms. K&N, approached you last week, and you made that order, Your Honor.
Okay, well, at least I'm consistent. So, okay, well, good. All right, well, all I can say then is to Jarius is just, try your best, do better, right? The options right now, I'm not really keen on sending you back home on probation with giving your history, but we're certainly looking at maybe a placement, long-term placement that can help you with your psychological and psychiatric issues. If we can't, then ultimately you're going to TJJD. So try and do better than you are. All right. So I am detaining you. We'll see you in 10 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes. Stay warm, Tracy.
Okay, thanks. You too. Bye.
Saul.
He's here, Your Honor.
Okay. There we go. Hello, Saul. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. You've been here for 10 days, reviewing your case, deciding whether to keep you in custody or to release you. If I keep you in custody, you'll have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Okay, so you're 16 and 10 months. Never been here before. November 22nd, Fort Worth PD dispatched a robbery. And they got their victim said he came to Woodway Drive to hang out with a friend. The other victim, the two finished a TikTok live stream. And after 2 males walked into the home with face coverings, holding handguns, one stating, "That's what you get for going on TikTok live." Both victims had guns pointed at them. The second victim's cell phone was taken by this one suspect. Other suspect hit the first victim in the head, pistol whipping him several times, took items including his slides, bracelet, necklace, AirPods, and cell phone after making him remove all his clothing. So the first victim told police that she recognized 100% certainty that one was Saul. Said she had been best friends with Saul's sister for years, and she was over at their house on Thursday when you were wearing the same hoodie. And then she also said, "You're lucky you're my sister's friend, or I would have killed you." They took some more property from the house, like a PlayStation, left, forced the second victim to come with them at gunpoint. They forced him into an SUV with a third person with a long gun in the driver's seat. They tracked the phone. It was at a park. The second victims told police that two suspects make him walk into the creek in the park while they record him on his phone. Based on the phone's GPS records, they cross-referenced to real-time crime center, identified the car registered to your sister. So you're 16 years and 10 months, but currently homeschooled at a 6th grade education level. Mom, is the mom here?
Mom is present, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh, is she in the waiting room or? Okay. Mom doesn't even check if you're logging in online or not. Post-COVID, you've had all kinds of behavior problems, so that's why you don't go to public school. All right, so you have 2 counts of aggravated robbery and 1 aggravated kidnapping with a deadly weapon. All right, so I'm letting you know, I'm not releasing you, no intention of releasing you, letting you know that you do have a hearing coming up on February 25th for me to decide whether I'm going to certify you as an adult. If I do, you are potentially looking at 3 different life sentences with parole for these offenses. If I decide not to certify you, you're looking at potentially up to 40 years of confinement in the juvenile justice system, of which I could transfer you to the adult system to complete the remainder of your sentence. So this is really serious. Yeah, and then you've also had behavior problems too. You got to level 1 on January 11th, and you've been here for about 80 days or so. Like, you're causing problems. You're not doing much to help you. So I just make better decisions, or don't. I mean, that's up to you, but you're free to make a choice. You're just not free to choose the consequence. All right, so we'll see you in 10 days. Hey, I don't know how all these detention hearings I missed out. First time I read this case. Did I? All right, next one's Justin.
Yes, sir.
All right, do we have a parent here?
We do, Your Honor.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right. Hello, sir. Okay, Justin, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. The loss of my child's been here for 10 days. You have to see a judge. I have to decide whether to keep you here to release you. If I keep you here, then you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You do have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. So you're on probation for evading arrest on foot, which is a misdemeanor. I issued a warrant for you on December 12th because you ran away from home. Turned yourself in December 22nd. See, on December 8th, stepmoms told us that you ran away from home during the night. They didn't know where you were. You tested positive for marijuana on December 5th. Is that, Dad, is that the private UAs y'all were giving, or is one that we gave him?
That was the one y'all gave him.
Okay. All right, so a runaway report was filed. So on December 12th, we got a report.
Confidential operations here now. Yeah, do make connections. Has been a long time. No, it's diversion. Well, it's not. Colorful attention.
Mr. Wells, are there people in the background there talking?
I don't know. I think my kids just cut my TV on. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I'm sorry about that, Judge Cam. My younger kids did that.
Yeah, I'm glad you fixed it. Okay, so you're 17 years old, but it turns out that on December 22nd, we got a notification that there was a homicide on Snow Ridge Drive, of which you were named being at the location of the homicide by 2 different witnesses. And that there's an active adult warrant for you for the offense of manslaughter by the Fort Worth Police Department. And while you're on probation, smoking weed. Okay. So, all right, Justin, honestly, you're 17 years old. You have a misdemeanor evading on foot. Now you're looking at an adult manslaughter case. I don't know if there's anything the juvenile justice system can do for you. So I'm going to go ahead and release you with an active warrant. You're going to be going to the Tarrant County Jail for the Sheriff's Department. If you post bond, you get to post bond. If you don't, you don't. But the problems that you have in life are much bigger than what I can do for you. So in a way, I'm just kind of giving up on you.
Oof. Oof. He just told that kid he was giving up on him. Oof.
Yeah, any kind of bond condition that the adult court will put on you will be more restrictive than anything we'll do on probation for you. All right, so Justin, I hope your manslaughter charge works out for you. But either way, like, there's nothing I can do for you anymore. All right. All right. So yeah.
I hope your manslaughter charge works out for you. Oh my gosh.
So, hey, we tried. Is Brian Willett here? All right. So whoever's covering, I guess who's the probation officer covering?
I'm covering.
All right, Mr. Miller. Let's get the jacket over to me if we can. I'm going to amend the terms of this probation, but at this point, I don't think the juvenile justice system can do anything more for this young man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Just come. So he's getting transferred to Tarrant County?
Yes, I'm going to release him from our juvenile detention facility, and then the sheriff will pick him up, and he'll be housed in the county jail. Is there a bond set on his manslaughter case?
I'm not for sure.
Justin, is there a bond set on yours?
I don't believe there is yet.
Okay. Yeah, there should be a bond set. Whatever the judge, the magistrate, this one, the district judge needs to set for this level of offense. So what do they set the bond at? You know, I'm gonna release my hold on you, but you do need to pay attention to whatever rules that the criminal district judge sets for you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you, Judge Cam.
Thank you, sir. All right. Do we have Amani?
Yes, Your Honor. She's here.
Okay. Hello. Okay, do we have a parent? Do we have Imani's parent? Okay, guess not. All right, Imani, so I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a child's brought in, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide whether to keep you in custody or to release you. If I keep you in custody, the law says you must see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. So, Imani, so on Saturday, January 24th, Arlington PD dispatched a domestic. Call indicated daughter, you, was a complainant. You're telling dispatch that your mom pulled your hair. There's a current CPS case. When police arrived, they met with you. You told the police that your mother had been scolding your sister about cleaning up. You were brought into the conversation as well. Mom asked for your cell phones to confiscate them as a consequence for being untidy. You told the police CPS worker told you that you do not have to surrender your cell phone to your mother, and you refused to hand it over repeatedly. All right, Imani, I can tell you that's a lie. Mom began to throw your item. Then you said mom started throwing your items out. You stuck your foot out to block your mom. Then you said your mom started to assault you. So you push your mom off, but claim to have never struck her. Your brother separated them. You called 911. Police talked to mom. She said the house was dirty. All the kids were in their rooms. Mom was saying she was asking for their cell phones. You refused. Mom went into your room to search for the phone, which you had hidden. While searching, mom said you put her foot on her body. Mom was offended by the contact, swiped your foot off of her. Then she said you reacted by swinging your fist at her and punched her in the face. Mom said she tried to discipline you. You kept on fighting back, punching her multiple times before your brother intervened by grabbing you. Then she said you pushed yourself off of your brother, ran up to your mom, punched her again in the face. Police saw no visible injuries, but mom confirmed feeling pain, wished to prosecute. All right. Well.
Hello, Judge Kim.
Yes.
I'm sorry. It wouldn't let me turn the mic on. Now I turn my video off.
Okay. Well, it happens. I'm glad that you're here. Sounds everyone's told we have these problems. So look, Ms. Battles, I'm glad you're here. I'm just going to let you know there's only two ways to see this. One, if I believe what Imani says, I don't think you're appropriate supervision for her. If I believe what you say, I don't think she's willing to accept your supervision. So, and I'm not making a judgment. This is not a final decision. I'm just simply saying, it's either one or the other. And in no way is it appropriate for mine to go back. I want to keep her here. I want to see her behavior level. I want to see if mediation will work within the family. Imani, I'm going to let you know, if I do release you, it's going to be with an order that you're to have no cell phone for 90 days. All right. So just understand, you don't have a cell phone here. If I release you, you're not going to have a cell phone there. This is the rule that I'm setting up. Your mom has no option on this one. If things are going to escalate this much over a cell phone, then you know what? Just take the phone away. It's really that simple to me. Don't. Like, it's bad enough when CPS gets involved. When you start lying about what CPS says, like, that just, you got to think of a lie that's more reasonable. That's just not believable. All right. So, Imani, I'm detaining you. We'll see you in 10 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, ma'am. No, I really can't. So, Kenisa.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello, ma'am. Do we have a parent here?
Yes, Your Honor. Her father should be on, and potentially her maternal grandmother also stated she'd be present in mom's place.
Kenisa's father, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Let's see what's going on. So, Kenisa, you're 15 years old. You have been here before. You started at 12 years old as a runaway from out of county. Then you were brought in for resisting arrest, injury to a child, elderly, or disabled. You were placed on probation for harassment of public servant. Is this spitting on a peace officer or something?
Yes, Your Honor. It did involve spitting on an officer.
Okay. And then you're arrested again for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which the DA dismissed. and then you're brought in for a probation violation, which we just extended your probation. So now December 4th, I issue a warrant because you got another harassment of public servant. Dad said he picked you up from JPS. In July, I made an order that she is not allowed to live with the father. So, sir, is that correct? I made an instruction she cannot live with you?
Not to my memory, sir. July of last year?
Yes, sir.
Not to my memory. She was living with her friend's mother. Me and her mother had signed over temporary guardianship for her schooling and stuff with her friend's mom.
When our probation officers told you to bring her to detention, you refused to do so?
No, yeah, in a way, yeah. I just checked my call log and I have over 10 calls reporting for her to get picked up, but it was to no avail. And I told him when I did talk to him, he made that statement. And I told him it would kind of be hard to do that with her actions and whatnot. But I've made numerous calls to law enforcement about it, as well as juvenile center.
You are not sure that can't live with father?
So, Your Honor, if you'd like, I can provide you clarity. It was back in July. A progress report was submitted to the court, and it was Judge Sorrells, actually, and there was an open CPS investigation at the time with some sensitive matters. And so because of those investigations, Judge Sorrells stated that she was not authorized to live with father and that she must live with mother. And so nothing has changed since July, so probation has still operated under that assumption.
That's good. All right, so in this situation, both things can be true then.
Judge Kim pondering? Rare. He already knows, so he's really thinking hard about this one.
Sir, what is she diagnosed? What is your daughter diagnosed with?
She has the impulsive, disruptive. I can't believe I remember what it's called, but it's basically like impulsive medication that she takes, as well as a mood stabilizer.
Oh.
Disruptive mood disorder, I believe it is.
All right, so Ms. Gregory, look, I'm trying to figure this out. So she was brought in yesterday. Was she brought over directly from JPS? Is that what happened?
No, Your Honor, I know it is a little bit complex. So basically, the youth was living with a godmother through authorization of the court following November, because neither parent was willing or able through your orders to take her in. So she lived with godmother. We enrolled her in FPP. However, she allegedly assaulted godmother. And so the police picked her up, brought her to Kimbo, but she was diverted to JPS due to her mental state. And then at JPS is where she allegedly committed the harassment. She was released from JPS, I'm not sure why, into father's care. And so JPD immediately made contact with father, stated, hey, she's not supposed to be with you. We've issued a warrant for her. Please bring her in. And then that's, the next 2 months occurred where we made multiple contacts to try to get her back in. Father stated that she was going between his house, mother's house, and that he did not feel comfortable transporting her to our facility. And so she was ultimately picked up at his home yesterday.
Why did she end up going to JPS?
So she went, right. So the police took her from godmother's house for the alleged assault, which we have no paperwork on that, and brought her to Kimbo, but Kimbo would not accept her due to her altered mental state at the time. They requested that she be evaluated. So she was diverted to JPS. They cleared her and then released her to father.
Okay. All right, Kanisha, so we sent you over JPS just to make sure everything was addressed that need to be addressed. But otherwise, you do belong in Kimbo for what happened at your godmother's house. So I'm detaining you. We'll see you in 10 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Benign.
Judge.
Thank
Bye,
you, Mrs.
Jubilee.
Zuberhit.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Brenai? Okay, hello. I'm Judge. Are you Brenai?
I'm Renee.
Renee, I'm sorry. Okay. Do we have a parent here for Brenai?
Yes, sir, I'm present.
Okay, hello, ma'am. So I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. I'm making a decision whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Okay, Brenai, you're 15. You've never been here before. January 23rd. Was that Friday? No. Yeah, Friday. SRO at Arlington Heights was notified about an assault. Investigation revealed that SRO was watching cameras, saw Brenai and the victim walk in the hall when you slapped the victim several times with an open hand. The victim refused to speak to the SRO, refused to fill out the victim's statement, but the police officer felt a reasonable person would have felt pain. And officer discovered that the two were in a dating relationship. You live at home with your mom, 3 siblings. Your father's passed away. So the history of sneaking out at night. All right, Mom, did you say you're here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hello, ma'am. All right. Victim, do we know who that is? Do you know? Have you talked to the SRO at all?
Yes.
Okay. Can you help me out on this one?
Did I talk to the boyfriend? The friend boy?
Yeah, I mean, is the boyfriend the alleged victim on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the story? What's going on?
Yeah, so apparently she prior to this situation, she was upset with him
What?
about a situation. He's supposed to have been saying that he's going to talk to another young lady. And so this is prior. And so on the days of this situation, he was bringing up the female's name, saying that he's going to go talk to her. And she began to hit him with a hall pass. And then a teacher, someone saw them and was like, told him like, hey, cut that out. And so he was like, she calmed down after he said that. Then he proceeded to say the girl name again, and that brought on the slapping. And that's what he told me happened.
That's what he told you happened?
Yeah. I don't know.
What's his name?
Darius.
Do you know the last name?
No.
Okay. Well, if your 15-year-old daughter's dating a boy, I think you should know his last name.
Correct.
Fair enough? Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's fair.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't think this is really what our family violence laws were intended for, but it is what it is. Brenai, I'm going to go ahead and release you. I am going to put you on electronic monitor because I don't like to sneak you out in the middle of the night. Mom, I'm sure you don't appreciate that either. And then you're to have no contact with this Darius boy. Okay? All right. Any questions?
No, sir.
Brenai, any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, ma'am. Jeremiah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, Jeremiah. So this is a detention hearing. I'm making a decision whether to keep you in custody or to release you. If I keep you in custody, the law says you must see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided for you.
Yes, sir.
It's just so scary when he stops and reads everything.
Do you have a parent here?
Hmm?
Do you have a parent here?
Not in here. No, I don't
Okay,
believe.
Jeremiah, I have a bunch of questions. I don't want you to talk. You have the right to remain silent, and I want you to use it. There's a lot going on here. I don't really want to proceed without talking to your parents. Okay, so I'm
Judge,
gonna. Yes.
Judge, this is Mike, man. So I'm kind of all over the map trying to find a computer that wants to listen to me. Mom was here. She couldn't get her computer to put her name on the thing, and so you kicked her out.
Oh no, that's the one who started and just she wouldn't turn the camera on and her name wasn't right.
Yeah.
And that she started kind of just talking at the beginning as soon as she jumped in. Just being disruptive. Yeah. No, I have a lot of questions. Mike, do you know how he got here from Dallas County?
I believe this offense happened in Tarrant County.
But he resides in Dallas County, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, do you know how they got here from Dallas County?
No, I do not.
Do you know how they knew the victim?
No, I do not.
Yeah, a lot of unanswered questions. So I am going to detain him until I can figure out more. This is a public. I believe he's a danger to other people if I was to release him. All right. All right. Thank you.
Your Honor, I'm on the next one too.
Okay.
I left a voicemail for Mom. She actually is a TYC parolee or TJJD parolee. We're expecting the worker to be on the line.
On the next one?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. Oh, for Brianna?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So, Brianna. All right, Brianna. So, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a child's brought in, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide whether to keep you in custody or to release you. If I keep you in custody, the law says you must see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, I will provide one for you. All right, Brianna. So I committed you to TJJD for violating your probation for felony identity theft. I remember because you had all kinds of problems, and I think you were the ones that you did absolutely nothing right on probation. So you were paroled by TJJD. So one of the reasons why I violated your probation and committed you is for removing your EM and running away. TJJD put you on parole, and while you're on parole, you cut off your EM and ran away. You were placed at a long-term placement by TJJD, but discharged for assaulting staff in other residents and destroying property. So TJJD put you back in your home for you did this. You have like 20 prior runaways. Couple thefts. And civil trespasses.
Your Honor, it's been brought to my attention that the TJJD parole officer might be in one of the waiting rooms.
Is that branch? Oh.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there a TJJD representative? You just joined in?
Appears their screen's dark. There you go.
There we go. Hey! Yeah. Well, look, I think this young lady What do y'all want us to do?
We are, so I was instructed by my supervisor yesterday to, well, it was actually Friday, after hours on Friday, to try to arrange a meeting involving myself, both of my supervisors, we Mr. and Mrs. Nowak, and Miss Nowak also has an adult probation officer. I reached out to the adult probation department. They flatly declined. They said that they don't attend meetings involving juveniles unless by under order of subpoena.
Who's Nowak? You said Nowak. I don't know what that means.
Mr. and Mrs. Nowak. That I'm assuming. Are we talking about Brianna Mulder, or are we talking about another?
So we're talking about Brianna, and we only use first names on these years. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. So Tara and Jason Nowak that is her mother and her stepfather, who are understandably perplexed about this situation. But we wanted to have a meeting to discuss possibilities going forward. At this point, we're out of ideas. As far as what to do with her. We're told by our leadership that bed space is too big of an issue to try to revoke her and keep her in there for a long period of time. We did put her at Roots Renewal Ranch. She got kicked out of Roots Renewal Ranch on Christmas Day, no less. So she was
assaulting people on Christmas Day.
I don't. Allegedly, yes, sir. Allegedly. So we're looking at. We would humbly ask. It's not going to take us. It shouldn't take us more than the time that she would be detained, which would be 10 days for us to get together and have a meeting and come together with some kind of plan. I mean, honestly, we'll have the meeting. I just, at this point, I don't know what that plan's going to be. We tried Roots Renewal Ranch. I know we have at least one other girl who's from another county that's going to another facility that is farther away. That may be something that we discuss. But that kind of goes back to the problems that Tarrant County juvenile probation had in trying to get her to placements, and that these placements would see how she acted when they were in detention, and they would decline to take her. So we're like I said, we're kind of flat-footed here, trying to figure out what the next logical step will be for the good of all parties involved.
Well, I get it, and there's a reason why I committed her is because there's nothing, that we could do for her. I just like to relate back to some of your supervisors that basically told me stop committing these kids. I'm like, pick them up, you'll see why they're committed. So at this point, I'll definitely extend the courtesy to y'all to hold her for now while y'all figure out what's going on. I'm not even in a rush. At this point, if I release her, she's a danger to herself and the community. So I'm kind of stuck here.
Yes, sir.
Eventually, we can't do long-term housing, but I know y'all are working hard on this one. I'm not stressed about this. So
yes, sir.
As long as y'all are making progress, we'll hold on to Brianna for the short term.
Okay.
Here's the thing she has to worry about, because I think she is, how old is she? Is she 15?
Yes, Your Honor.
15 years, 8 months.
Yeah, so what she has to worry about is if she assaults her staff, that she becomes certifiable. And then she becomes a TDC problem. Yep. Okay.
Boy.
All right. So, well, anyways, sir, thank you for the good work y'all doing. I appreciate y'all. Our female waiting list is getting pretty long, right?
Yes, sir. I am well aware of that, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I can't help myself reminding you.
I understand, sir, completely.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brianna. I'm detaining you. We'll see you in 10 days.
Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Don, thank you. Dontrell.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. Make a decision whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. All right.
it's not a great big deal. It's not like I don't stay in the car for long. I just drive with my daughter to work and back. And inside the car, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as cold as outside with the wind chill. So it doesn't feel that bad in the car. It's just a heater. I'm just worried right now that if there's ice on my windshield, I won't be able to turn the heater on and get it off while I'm driving. That's the only thing I'm worried about. So I went to a couple different part stores yesterday. This just broke. Just when the weather went real cold. Then the heater said, no more. And I went to a couple different stores yesterday, and I'm like, I need this part. We don't have it. But one of them was able to order it overnight. So it's going to be here today. And it's a resistor. So it's just 2 little screws. Pop the new resistor in.
So Friday, Fort Worth PD dispatched a domestic. You were upset with your 16-year-old brother after one of you called mom a bitch.
Yes, sir.
So you punched your brother in the face, causing pain, put him in a headlock, then let go, got a large knife, threatened to kill your brother while waving the knife around, causing Donald to fear for his life. Grandma was on scene, confirmed you were the aggressor. All right, so you had an assault case back in 23, and you and your family failed to appear for 3 meetings. Do you have a parent here? Grandma is here?
I think my mom and my sister.
All right, where's mama and sister?
They should be somewhere. I think they should be in the front. I don't know.
Are the parents for Dontrell here? No. Oh, one. You're saying yes.
Oh, yes, you're right there.
Judge, it looks like Maxine Norman is trying to talk, but
Maxine?
She on mute.
Maxine, you're on mute.
Yeah.
Hello, Maxine. Are you Dontrell's mother?
Sir.
Okay. So were you there when this all happened?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what you recall from happening?
How it got started, I just came in from my grandfather, laying my grandfather down. So my mom asked me a question about going to the store. I told her no, because of the incident that happened with my oldest son. So he jumps up and he say, leave his name out.
What incident?
Well, when I had bought groceries and I told them to go get the groceries out the car. And my oldest son refused to go get the groceries out the car.
Which one's older, Dontrell or Donald?
Donald.
Okay.
So as it proceeded, I heard my oldest son, Donald, call me out my name. My mom said he didn't. He said he didn't. So I kind of left it alone or whatever. So he said something about, I don't remember the statement, but he kept calling me a B, saying if you want me to call you a B, then you a B, and whoop this and a third. So Dontrell said, you're going to quit calling mama a B, and got up, and he got up, and they started fighting. My oldest son started saying that he was going to kill him. And so he ended up, saying that he was going to kill him back. He got a weapon. My mama took it from him. Dontrell got a weapon. But at that time, I had called the police and told them what was going on. I wanted them to stop fighting in the apartment. So I wanted the police to come out and talk to them. But at the time, my son got mad because I had called and said his name to the police people.
Son.
So he turned around and called the police.
Which
and
son?
My oldest son.
Okay.
My oldest son.
Okay.
So he got mad and called the police on Dontrell. And that's when he said that he had a knife. But at the time, he had a weapon too, but my mom took it from him before he made that phone call.
What was that weapon?
So he said...
what kind of weapon was it?
Huh?
What kind of weapon was it?
A knife.
So they both had knives at one point?
Yeah. Well, Donald had a knife first, and my mom took it from him. And then Dontrell grabbed the knife.
Okay. So how old is Donald?
He's 16.
Okay. Does your mama live with you?
No, she was just visiting.
Can you separate the boys?
She was keeping them separated.
No, can you separate the boys, one to live in each home?
Yes.
That's fine. I'll let you decide what's more appropriate. So I'm okay with. Yes, ma'am.
The only thing is, we don't know about no situation with him in 2023. That's probably with my oldest son, because he was fighting my mom at that time, and the police came out. That's the only incident I know, but they never stated that we had to go to.
Ma'am, it involves Dontrell. If you have questions, you can talk to the probation officer, and they can give you detail. I have very basic details on that. Okay.
Okay.
So, I'm okay. Ma'am. All right. So I'm going to release Dontrell, but there's going to be an order that you cannot live in the same household as Donald. Okay. So I'll let you decide where each boy lives, but they cannot live under the same roof while this case is pending. Okay.
Okay. That's fine.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you.
So do I need to stay on, or can I hang up? How it go?
You can hang on, ma'am. The probation officer will be in touch. We'll release details.
Okay, I can hang up.
You can hang up.
Okay, thanks.
And go. Okay, so all these hearings have been made public to comply with Article 1, Section 8 of the Article 1, Section 13 of the Texas Constitution, which is the Open Courts Act. However, 5408 states, of the Family Code states that when a child is under 14 years of age, the court must close the proceedings to the public unless the court finds it's in the best interest of the child or the best interest of the public to keep the proceedings open. So I am now closing the courtroom to the public, also closing the Zoom hearing to the public, which means the live stream. So at this point, who's here for Sarai?
Well, guys, we got a rare showing from Judge Kim. That was awesome. But wait, there's more. So, I'm going about my day yesterday, and Josh tries to send me a video, but it was too big, so he couldn't send me a video. So I made Josh do something he's never done before to get me this video, and he got me this video. Whew. And this is another one you're probably going to see on every other content creator's channel today, because it is that good. Here we go, guys. Get ready.
Today or tomorrow. Today or tomorrow. I'm just busy. I got all kinds of cases today. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Too. Okay. I want to talk to, I'm going to do this one with you, Mr. That's Granite Televalley versus Bodges, right?
Yep.
Come on up here. Ronald Bodges, 2600001. Got Mr. Capitan, your appearance.
Yeah, John Capitan appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Your name?
Ronald Allen Bodges.
Do you have anything you want to say? Okay, so let me give you a little bit of advice. You can take it or leave it. When I extend the courtesy of allowing somebody to appear by Zoom, when I allow somebody the courtesy of appearing by Zoom, I expect them to have the common sense to know that they're in a court. That's what I expect. We're not a bar. If we were going to talk like we're in a strip club, I'd bring the recorder to the strip club and my court officer to the strip club.
Stay home. I don't go.
Watch your mouth. Do not interrupt me.
Sir.
You use the F-bombs on Zoom ever again with me. I don't care if you're at your house. I don't care if you're in Mackinac Island. I don't care if you're in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I don't care if you're in Russia. I don't care if you're in Venezuela. You will come over here and you will serve 30 days. Do you fully and completely understand what I am telling you? I didn't ask you if you heard me. I asked you if you fully and completely understand me.
I do not.
Well, then you have a seat right over there, and maybe I'll put you in the lockup. Hang on. You want to be a smart guy with me? I'll put you in the lockup for a few days. You can think about whether or not you understood. Stop that. You do not. You said you do not understand. So I'm going to make you understand, Mr. Bodges. You want to be a tough guy punk with me? You're messing with the wrong guy, okay? I'll just tell you that. I'm not that nice. I'll treat you with respect, but you're not going to treat this system like it's your lapdog. You got what I'm saying to you?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you fully and completely understand what I have said here today? If you tell me no, it's okay. We'll just put you in lockup for a while. Maybe you'll be able to. Huh? You sure? I didn't hear you.
Yes, sir.
You ever pull that nonsense with me, Mr. Bodges? You want to be disrespectful with everybody else? That's your business. You start being disrespectful with courts in this building, which is one of the finest in the state, I am going to lock you up. Do we fully and completely understand one another?
I do. We do.
Your appearance, counsel.
John Capitan, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
I
Your
just
Honor,
felt like Mr. Bodges and I had to have a little conversation.
No, I totally understand, Your Honor.
Did you listen to and understand the rights that were on the video?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you, do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
I can have it.
I can adjourn this for a week for you to speak to a lawyer.
Please.
I want you to understand this is a complaint to recover possession. It's a termination of tenancy. You're going to have to explain everything to the lawyer. But I want you to understand that this is, I'll adjourn it 1 week. They're going to give you the phone number to contact the lawyer, and I still want you in here personally since you forfeited the right to appear by Zoom in the face of your vulgar language. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You've been drinking today?
Oh, sir.
If I give you a PBT, you going to pass it?
Absolutely.
Because if you get back in that car and you drink, if you've been drinking, well, then you have been drinking, haven't you?
No, sir.
Well, then why'd you Uber?
Because I don't have a license. I have to Uber everywhere.
Well, that's good. I'll adjourn this 1 week, February what, again, the 2nd?
9 o'clock, Judge.
At 9 o'clock. You go down the hall, they will give you the phone number. They will give you the phone number to speak with a lawyer. Okay? And then you'll come back in a week. But I'm not going to put up with your nonsense. You understand me, Mr. Bodges?
Yeah. I'm downtown and fighting a case.
I don't care about downtown. You're not yelling on here F-bombs. What do you think this is? Get out of here before I lock you up. Go ahead and laugh all you want. I'm telling you, you do it again, you're going to end up in there for 30 days. I promise you.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. You have a great day. All right.
Sorry about that, counsel. I kept you waiting and everything. My apologies, sincerely.
All right. Have a good
All
one.
right. Which one are we on now? Hamptons. Where's Hamptons at? John, tell me you didn't take Hamptons down there yet. Which one did you have again? That was Hamptons, right?
Yeah,
Where's
I had,
Hamptons?
no, I'm Hamptons, Your Honor.
You have Hamptons, right?
No, Carolyn Cohen's representing.
Imagine the rest of his docket. Oh my gosh. Apparently he dropped an F-bomb on Zoom when he didn't know that his mic was on. And he just got reamed out. Oh gosh. Guys, thanks for coming out today. I really, really appreciate it. So what is today? Is today Wednesday yet? Yes. Please come tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please. We're gonna watch an excellent pro se, and you can only watch him here. It's Judge Funk in Indiana, and no one else plays Judge Funk in Indiana but me. So I think that once I've said I'm here under duress and coercion was Judge Funk in Indiana, and I you only see that here. So come out tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know when that is, go to my channel. It's already up, so it'll tell you how long until 8 p.m. It's like, 13, 14 hours from now. So I'm trying to get some evening streams going on in here. So hopefully I see you guys. If it's too much, don't. This isn't your job. If you're doing things, like eating with your family, then don't. Hey, we got a new stream. We got a new Twitch talker. Hi, Mari. That's awesome. Okay. I'll see you later on tonight, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for coming out. I'm going to set up OJ now. We're in closing statements. Bye, guys.
Well, I thought I'd write a happy song. I found a chat room where I belong. You don't know how much it means to me. With such a groove, I'm less lonely. Oh, Kathy's the creator. She's leading the way. At court vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her smile shines bright. She's got that grace. Come join the fun. It's a welcome and play. I can count on distraction from my pain, 'cause this creator takes you there and back again. Kathy is the heart here, always in stride. Her work is hard, but her joy she can't hide. Oh, Kathy's the creator. She's leading the way. At court vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her style is classy. She's always top shelf. Don't take my word. Come and see for yourself. Her cases are new with a twist or two. I really like them. I believe you will too. A little lifeline passed along in rhyme. Why don't you join us? It's a guaranteed good time. Oh, Kathy's the creator. She's leading the way. At court vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her smile shines bright. She's got that grace. Come join the fun. It's a